Hey guys, so I just wanted to make a quick little video. I know on one of my unboxing videos, I think it was I think it was this one right here. I mentioned how I wanted to sell some books and kind of move some of that money into more Bitcoin holdings that I have. And I just want to show you what books I've sold and what I've listed and what I'm offloading and what I haven't listed. And I'm still on the fence about selling or not. So let's get to it. So I have sold, as you guys know, I sold the Campbell books, right? So I sold a variant A, B, and C of Amazing Spider-Man 25, and you guys saw the unboxing for that. So I sold those three. I ended up selling the Clayton Crane, the Black Flag Comics exclusive. Just ended up selling that. I mean, I have a ton of books, so it's just like, I have to start getting rid of some of the stuff to make way for other stuff that's at CGC and coming back. And I'm uploading I'm uploading a unboxing video right now. So I did get another CGC package. I sold this, the Amazing Spider-Man 2, Renew Your Vows, J. Scott Campbell. I sold the First Silks, so Amazing Spider-Man 4 Campbell variants. I sold that CBCS 9.6. I sold the same book in a 9.4 CGC signed. I sold the Clayton Crane MegaCon variant in 9.8, which is as Amazing Spider-Man 1. It's a 301 swipe. I really like that cover, actually. I sold Amazing Spider-Man Annual 21 in 9.4. I have a 9.8 in that book, as you'll see in a little bit. So I decided to sell that. And then I sold a 9.2 CBCS J. Scott Campbell signed First Silk Campbell variant. So gorgeous, gorgeous book. So all in all, I've sold $2,000 worth of stuff, and I did buy that in Bitcoin, and then I went on to pay grading fees as well. I went on to pay grading fees as well for other submissions and other unboxings, like the Campbells that just got back and all that stuff, right? And some art germs that got back. So I have uploaded the video of the art germ unboxing. I sent this out to CGC, and I sent 4 of them out. So 2 A's and two cover B's of Amazing Spider-Man 1 art germ variants, and with the custom labels, and all 4 of them came back at 9.8s. So I did go ahead and list Pure Art Edition A and Pure Art Edition B. So this is A with that custom label. Gorgeous, gorgeous covers, man. So I kept 2 and I listed 2. So those are for sale. As you can see, they got plenty of watchers. I am selling this Frankie's Kirkham variant of Amazing Spider-Man 61, I believe. Yeah. And it's just, I just have to make room for stuff. And you'll see why. You'll see what I have. And you're going to think, well, why are you selling these books if, it's just to make space. It really is. I mean, they're not even going to go for that much. I'm also selling this 606 cover swipe by, I think it's Tyler Kirkham as well. Yeah. In a 9.8 of Amazing Spider-Man 93. So that's Ben Reilly kissing Mary Jane. I just listed today Amazing Spider-Man 301 in a 9.0. So just, classic Todd McFarlane cover. I also listed Amazing Spider-Man 252 in a 9.2. I just listed it today. It's already at $50. There's almost 7 days left on the auction. The reason I listed this one is because it's such a key book that I don't think it's fair to have it in not a high enough grade. If it's not a 9.6 or a 9.8, it most likely won't go up in value as much. So I decided to just List this one for sale. Very bright cover, very vibrant. The colors pop very well. So I listed that. Also listed the Venom Lethal Protector 9.6 in a newsstand with the custom cover. If you guys go way back on the channel, there's an old video that I uploaded a long time ago where I just submitted a whole ton of Venom Lethal Protectors. Where is that video? Right here. This is the video.
Hey guys,
7 Venom Lethal Protectors with custom labels. Unfortunately, those were all direct editions. I did get this from my LCS. Same thing here, you know, this book is so common. This book is so prevalent. There's so many copies out there that I think if you don't have it in a 9.8, newsstand 9.8, it's not really worth having it, or like it's not really worth having it as an investment, I should say that. If you know, there's different collectors have different goals. If you're just looking, you know, I'm very picky with my collection. I feel like if the book is a very common book and there are a bunch of copies out there, I feel the need to kind of have it in the highest grade possible, which is a 9.8, right? Within reason, right? If you go for the 9.9s, you're in very expensive territory. But as far as, you know, what we call like really high, the highest standard is a 9.8, right? This book is so prevalent, there's so many copies of it, that I think it's just fair to just only really collect it in a 9.8 for me. So I listed the 9.6. I will be upgrading that. This was a book that I got as part of a trade. I also did an unboxing video on that. I got this Pat Gleason Last Remains signed in a 9.8, the webhead cover, along with this Venom webhead cover, also signed by Patrick Gleason. So I listed both of these. Not that they'll go for very much, but I did make an unboxing video of that trade, and I kind of explained the ins and outs of the trade and why I went for the trade and why I feel like it was a good trade for me personally. Where is that? Oh, right here. This is the video, so if you guys want to go back and look at that. I did go into the details of the trade. We traded for that Black Cat #1, the Lachette Noir right there, which did fortunately come back at a 9.8, so now it's worth like $2,000. So that's why. Oh no, this is the video. Sorry, this is the video. So we traded 4 books total. I think it was an Alex Ross Virgin variant. It was a Campbell #1 Gwen Rups variant, Spider Gwen, and then it was the 2 Gleason webheads. So if you go back to the video, you can see the Alex Ross Virgin, and I think I ended up trading a 9.6 Deadpool that I had gotten for $500, and an 8.0. I think it was an 8.0 Amazing Spider-Man 300, which at that point I had like 3 Amazing Spider-Man 300s. I had an 8.5, a 9.2, and a 9.4. So for me to trade that 8.0 or 8.5, whatever it was no big deal, right? And for me, making money on this trade, it was all in that Black Cat coming back at a 9.8, which fortunately it did, and I have the unboxing video somewhere right here. So this is where I made all my money back, and some, because now I'm selling the 2 Pat Gleasons, right? So now I'm going to go into what I do have and what is going to be leaving my collection last, maybe not ever. So if we hop on over to cover price, we'll start at the bottom. So I have a What If Amazing Spider-Man Head Married, the Black Cat, in a 9.8. Here we go. In a 9.8, I have a Spider-Man Black Cat Strikes Back #1 and a 9.8 with the CGC green label. It's signed by Campbell, but it's CGC green labeled. I'm tempted to send it into CBCS. I seen that someone leaked that they might be getting a new label, which looks a lot more attractive. So I might send all my CBCSs back for a new label, and then possibly this Black Cat, Spider-Man Black Cat Strikes Back #1, which has a green label. It's a 9.8. It's signed by Campbell. I think the guy that I bought it from on eBay sent it to me with the what's it called, with the COA, but I'm not sure. Anyway, and then that Spider-Gwen, there's that Spider-Gwen #1 in a 9.8. I have a Mary Jane and Black Cat #4 in a 9.8. I forget who this cover is by. I have an Iron Cat #1 in a 9.8, which I got it for an absolute steal. I got it for like $60 or $50 or something like that from Bryce Comics at a Whatnot show. On one of his Whatnot shows, he does really good Whatnot shows. I also got the Black Cat Annual #1 in a 9.8. Signed. No, it's not signed. Is it signed? I think it is signed, actually. It's signed by J. Scott Campbell. I got the Black Cat #1 in the CBCS 9.8, signed by Mr. Campbell as well. The Virgin variant, which is a very, very good distinction. I kind of made a video about that, on why that book trends toward the closer end of $1,000. Cover price sometimes has their prices a little off. That Black Cat Le Chat Noir CBCS 9.8 signed by J. Scott Campbell. I have Black Cat #1, which that's the Todd McFarlane pose for that Spider-Man 1, right, from 1990 something. I don't know. I don't want to butcher it. So that's that swipe, and I really liked it, so I got that. Oh, that is not signed. I don't believe. I don't think it is signed. But we can hop back on to good old YouTube and see. Yeah, I don't think it's signed, but it doesn't matter. Then I have Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows in a 9.8, which you can see cover price doesn't have a price for it, but it's trending. I sold a 9.6 for $100. This one cost me $275, I believe. So that's that's where that is. It's pretty rare to find that variant. I know there's a Virgin that's floating around somewhere raw. Very, very hard to find. I haven't even seen a listing for it. And then I also have an Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows in a CGC 9.6, double signed by J. Scott Campbell, which was signed at CGC at an in-house signing, and then it's signed by Dan Slott, which wasn't witnessed, so that's why it has a yellow and green label. I have the 3 copies that I kept out of the 6 for Amazing Spider-Man 25, the A, the B, and the C, and then I have 2 covered Ds, the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, at CGC right now, which I'm very confident they're going to get 9.8s. I'll sell one, then update that collection. As you can see, cover price doesn't have a price for that because there's no sales data. Then the Art Germs came back. Remember, I said that I had sent out 4, and all 4 of them came back 9.8s. So I listed 2, and I'm keeping the 2 on this list. Then I have a raw Amazing Spider-Man #1, M&M variant, the Hustle variant, and I sent it in for a pre-screen 9.8. It failed the pre-screen. I'm debating whether I should just keep it raw and then forget about it, just have it in my collection, or send it in, get it graded as a 9.6. I think it could get a 9.6. It has a little bend on the back, but I do think it could get a 9.6, and then sell it, and then maybe upgrade to a 9.8 for a couple $100 more. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I gotta pack and ship everything else that I'm selling. Then I got the Amazing Spider-Man Annual 9.8, and the newsstand and the regular direct edition. So the Peter Parker and the Spider-Man cover. I did have a Amazing Spider-Man Annual 21 newsstand and a 9.4 that I sold that you guys saw on eBay. I do have a CBCS Amazing Spider-Man 4 and an 8.5 double signed by Dan Slott and Campbell. I don't know if I want to sell that one. It presents very, very nicely. And it feels really, really nice in that CBCS slab. So I'll really think about that. And then I do have another Amazing Spider-Man for First Silk and a 9.8 not signed, just blue label. And then I have an Amazing Spider-Man 4, the Ramos variant. So these three are the same book. And I just have all the variants. I don't have the original Sin cover. There's too many copies of that. Not really interested in that. Then we get into some interesting books in my collection where the prices can range a lot. So I have this one right here. The signed one is a CGC 9.4 newsstand of 607. And these books are from 2009. So these books are very, very hard to find. There's I don't even think it gets to 20, maybe 20 or 30 books on the census that are 9.4s and above. Right now, obviously I have the direct edition in 9.8, and then I have the CGC 9.6 of 606 newsstand signed by Campbell, right? Then I have the 9.8 direct edition. Then I have the 601 9.4 newsstand signed by Campbell as well. There's only one 9.8 in the world in existence of this book in newsstand. And this was came to my attention like a couple of weeks ago. Before, it just recently got graded. Before that, there were no 9.8s in existence of that book in newsstand. And then obviously I have the direct edition in 9.8 as well. Fun fact, I am sitting on about 12 copies of 601. No, let's just say 10. 10 copies of 601, 3 copies of 607, and a copy of 606 that I need to send in to CGC to get graded and sell. I have those, whatever grades they come back, they're going to sell. Because people are always looking to buy that. And I'll probably end up making anywhere around $2,000 to $3,000 depending on the grades after that's all said and done. It's 14 books total. Then I have the 300 and 9.4. I have a 194 newsstand, so First Black Cat, and a 9.4. I have the Death of the Green Goblin and a 9.4. Amazing Spider-Man 122. Then I have Amazing Spider-Man 14, First Appearance of the Green Goblin, in a 1.0. And I have Amazing Spider-Man 3, which is my oldest book, in a 0.5, the First Appearance of Dr. Otto Octavius. And cover price says that my collection has a value of around $12,000, excluding the 12 copies that I'm sitting on of 601/606 and 607 that are raw that need to get graded, excluding everything that I have on eBay. These are not in the collection, and excluding the things that I sold already, right? So we were looking at a collection value total of around $15,000, give or take, $15,000 to $16,000, give or take. Which, to be honest, I was thinking of just getting rid of it completely, just in one go, getting rid of that. But I know that, I was going to get lowballed. I was going to maybe only get 60% of the collection value because whoever would buy it from me would have to then make money themselves and all that stuff. So I'm slowly piecing it away. If I can somehow get $6,000 or $7,000 back and buy Bitcoin with it, it's almost as if I had sold my entire collection at 60% value, right? So that's my goal. So with the $2,000 that I have already sold, right, and with all the ones that are active, we'll probably get to another 1,000, so we'll be at 3. And then when I send in all the Campbells that I'm sitting on, all the 601s, the 10 601s, and the couple 606s and the couple 607s, of Amazing Spider-Man. I'll probably make another $2,000. So we'll be sitting at around $5,000 in comic book sales within the next couple of months. There is a small asterisk I do have to mention. At CGC right now, I was just charged around $230 in grading fees for 2 Web Spider-Man 118s, which is the first solo Ben Reilly. So I have 2 of those. First Iron Spider, which is Amazing Spider-Man 529, I believe. 2 Marvel Spotlight 32s, which I believe are the first appearance of Spider-Woman. And 1 What If Spider-Man had married the Black Cat, and What If Spider-Man had never married Mary Jane. And when all of those come back, I will be selling half of those books, which you're looking at about another $300 or so, and I will be keeping the other half until further planning, right? So that's just a small caveat. And then the 2 Campbells, the 2 San Diego Comic-Con exclusives for Amazing Spider-Man 25, the cover D, I will be selling one of those as well. I'll probably get anywhere from $200 to $300 for that. So we're looking at about another $500 to $600 in sales from stuff that's at CGC, and another $500 to $600 added to the collection of stuff I won't sell that's sitting at CGC, right? So yeah, that's just currently where I'm at right now. If you guys see this video, this video is going up within a day or so. So if you guys see this video and you're interested in buying any of this stuff, my eBay is Spidey Comic Collector. Spidey Comic Collector, just as the YouTube channel and just as my Instagram. It is Spidey Collector, Spidey Comic Collector. Let's see if we can hop in on Instagram really quick. Whoops. And check out some of the stuff that I've posted and some of the stuff that I've talked about, just to give a quick recap. Kind of have to get off the Wi-Fi at work because work Wi-Fi has blocked Instagram, which is really a bummer, in my opinion. So let's see if this loads. Maybe I have to just close Instagram out. Now it's loading. See what notifications we got here. Not many because I haven't posted in a while. So see, these are some of the books that I sold. As you can see here, this is my collection of Spider-Man wedding annual type things. So the Black Cat wedding annual is signed by Campbell. You can see it right there. I just wasn't sure. I would have really preferred for it to be signed in silver. I always like Black Cat books to be signed in silver. It really goes well with their hair, but that's fine too. So here we have. So I also sold this first Black Cat and this Amazing Spider-Man. And yeah, so we have. So I see. I'm on the fence about selling this. This Amazing Spider-Man 4 Silk variant. I'm on the fence because there's so many copies out there now. This book got really hot for a second. It was like $600 to $700. It got really hot. Now it's around $400. There's so many copies. There's so many copies that are signed by Ramos that have really cool remarks and stuff. So I might just sell this copy for $300, $400 or whatever. Throw another $100 at it and just upgrade to a signed remark. I think that would be really interesting. Unfortunately, so this was before I submitted these to get graded. That Derek Chu, that R-Germ variant at the beginning that you saw there, did not. That also got rejected for a 9A, which is Amazing Spider-Man Legacy number 900, I believe. So this is the one I'm talking about. This one got rejected for a 9A. Such a wonderful cover. So disappointed that I did, but hey, that's life. So this is the trade I was talking about. I ended up trading with JJ's Comics and Art. Shout out to JJ's Comics and Art. Really cool dude. We ended up trading in Rochester, Minnesota. He's from South Dakota. I ended up trading for... Where is it? Boom, right here. So the New Mutants 96, 98, and a 9.6. And an Amazing Spider-Man 300, 8.5. So I was all in on these two books at $1,000. I was all in on these two books at $1,000. I got the New Mutants 98 9.6 on eBay at auction, and I got a really good deal on it. I think I paid like $540 for it. It was kind of like the auction ended at a weird time where people are kind of busy and can really bid. So I ended up winning it. Super stoked. I ended up paying like $450 for the 8.5, the Amazing Spider-Man 300 8.5. So I was all in for $1,000 on these two books, right? My thought was I had already upgraded the Amazing Spider-Man 300 to a 9.2 and a 9.4. I was sitting on both of those copies as well. So my thought process was, okay, I turn around and I sell one of these books on eBay. You know, eBay's gonna take a chunk. You know, I'm already at a loss, right? Along comes this gentleman. I see him on JJ's Comics and Art. I see him on Instagram. I think he liked my page, or he followed me or something. Something happened. If you don't know, Black Cat #1, the Le Chat Noir raw goes for around $1,000 on eBay. Raw. Right? There was the chance that this book would not come back at a 9.8, right? This book isn't really that expensive at a 9.6, only a 9.8. So the whole basis of the trade, you know, the logistics, he said, hey, I'm going to go to a comic convention in Rochester, Minnesota. Can you make it? He was from South Dakota. I said, yes, it's only a couple hours away. So me and my sister drove a couple hours. That's the story behind these books. When the Le Chat Noir came back at a 9.8, I made my money instantly, if not like way more, right? I'm keeping these two books at the bottom. I'm selling the Gleasons, right, signed, and that came back at a 9.8. Like, what more could I ask for? Obviously, he's really happy with his New Mutants 96, 98, if he still has it. The Amazing Spider-Man 300 has dropped in value just because there's so many copies out there. But I think that this trade really, really went well for me. I don't think I posted a picture of it coming back at a 9.8, which is kind of weird because that's my favorite book. I might have to do that, if I'm being honest. I might have to post that picture. I'll take a picture of it and post it. I mean, because there's the video, you know? And just super, super stoked. I think I put it towards the end, yeah. So there's that. Came back and super happy, super, super happy. Anyway, so that's the video. Just kind of wanted to update you guys on what I'm doing with my collection, how I'm moving it and updating it, and things that are coming back from CGC. I will be making this video live here in a couple seconds. The art germs that came back, the CGC unboxing. So please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.